everybody, and welcome to Season 2, Episode 7, Josie, of Healthy Living with Marilyn. This is our 27th episode.
Ooh.
Yes, we are really rocking and rolling, and I want to welcome everybody to Healthy Living with Marilyn. We are simulcasting this via Facebook, my Facebook page, and YouTube channel. So if you can't get it on Facebook, please go to my YouTube channel, Healthy Living with Marilyn Living, and please subscribe. My goal is to get 100 subscribers by the end of this month, and I'm at 86, so I need 16 more, and I've got to get Zen on Gmail so he can subscribe, so then I'll have 87, so we're working on it. So tonight, I'm so glad that everybody is here, and if you comment on my Facebook page, my phone is like 10 feet from me, so leave a comment and I'll send your emojis and your hearts and your likes and everything, and maybe your laughs or whatever, and because we're going to have a good time tonight, and I'll definitely answer all your comments later unless Michael sees something and he'll answer it. So, but please comment. Feel free to comment if you have any questions. Just put it in the comments or send me a private message. I'd be more than happy to talk to you about anything. And Josie's back this week. Hooray, hooray. Thanks for coming back, Jose. I hope you had a great week last week.
I did. It was an awesome event. I had a lot of fun. It was great networking, but I missed you as always.
Yeah, I always miss her. I mean, it's great to have my other guest co-hosts and everything, but it's like nothing like Josie. We love Josie, but I love my other co-host too. Lisa Hazelgrove is co-hosted.
Lisa, thank you.
Thank you, Lisa.
It was a great show. I watched it.
Judy Richards, she's also my business partner, and she rocks. And we had a wonderful retreat this past weekend, creating the amazing you. It was really terrific. And my guest, Rosemary Proffitt from Good for You
Energy Therapy.
Thank you. Good for You Energy Therapy. Did a program activity at the event at the retreat on Saturday, and it was welcomed with a lot of applause, and it was great. She did a wonderful job, and thank you so much for coming. I appreciate it. And she is our guest, and tonight we are going to be talking about energy and in health and wellness, and how to keep your energy positive. And as most of you know, if you look at my Facebook page, every morning, sometime between 8 and 12, because sometimes I don't get it till 12. There's a couple times when I've gotten it later. I always post a Be Amazing post on my Facebook page every week. So every day. So if you are having issues, you're having a difficult time, check my posts on Facebook, because I feel that they uplift me when I write them, and it seems like they uplift a whole lot of people. So makes them feel good. I've had a lot of people share them. A lot of people like them. People make comments. So if you're having a difficult time, check those, because everybody is amazing, right, Jose?
That's right. You got to remember, you are. Look in the mirror and say, "I am amazing."
Yep, I love me.
There's only one of you.
Yep. And the other thing is, wherever you go, there you are.
That's right.
Right, Rosemary? Right. Wherever you go, that you can't escape yourself, so you might as well have happy time.
Love yourself.
So, Rosemary has been my energy healer for quite a while. Even though I'm a holistic healer, we all need help with certain things to help lift us up, to help release things. I mean, I know how to release some things, but Rosemary has this way of doing it. And don't ask me how, because normally I'm on the table, on her cushy massage table, which is awesome. It's like laying in a marshmallow, Joe's. It really is. It is so comfortable. And she's got this great blanket that is, I don't know what it's made of, but it's really fuzzy and feels wonderful. And she puts an eye pillow over me, so I don't know what she's doing. But whatever she does, I'm telling you, I feel amazing when I leave. And it's like, okay, I can take on the rest of the world. Just throw it at me, And you're just so calm, and it's just wonderful to be able to go to your house and say, okay, it's all right with the world. It's all right with me. you know, and you
Well,
just
thank you
have
for saying that.
way.
I appreciate that.
You just really, you
I
just,
love what I do, and I think that makes a difference.
She definitely loves what she does.
When we
and-
find our purpose and when we're working our purpose, it just falls into place like it should.
Yeah, and she's taught me this balancing thing because one day I went in there and it's like I was really cattywampus, and
You were what?
I was cattywampus.
I've never heard that word before.
Really, that means that you're like this way, like oblique,
Okay.
cattywampus.
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 Okay.
Yeah, don't ask me how to spell it. I'm not quite sure. But anyhow, I was just having one of those off days, and she taught me this balancing. It's not a balancing act. It's a balancing movement. And can you show everybody?
I'd
how
love
do
to.
that?
Absolutely, I would love to, yes. It's called the self-balancing technique. It was developed by Dr. Mary Jo Bulbrook, and I learned it in my first level of Healing Touch class. It's very, very beneficial. Not only does it balance the energy field around you, but it also centers you in that field. And so it strengthens your inner core, which we call the hairline. So the first, I'm going to scooch forward.
That's okay. And I have showed this on my show before, but she has a better way of showing it.
Oh.
Yes, I have.
And anybody that's interested in it, if they find value in this, you can find it on my website on the first page, and on the last page there are links to PDFs of this exercise.
And what is your website? Write this down, everybody. What's your website?
Well, there's two ways to get to it. goodforyouenergytherapy.com or rosemaryproffitt.com.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay, so here it is, and she's going to show it, and we're all going to do it, so pay attention to it.
It's really nice if you can do it alone with some music, you know, in the quietness, and like before meditation. But you can do it anywhere, actually, because it's just that easy, and there's only 5 steps to it. And so I guess, will we just quickly go through the steps instead of waiting for the shifts to happen? Because that...
Well, we can wait for the shifts to happen.
Okay,
I mean,
we'll wait
I think
for the
that's
shifts to-
important because if people are doing this, they don't want to go real fast or anything.
Okay. I didn't know if we were only showing the movements or if we were actually
Well,
doing the exercise.
Yeah, let's
So
do
we're
the
going to do it.
exercise, so
Let's
Go
do
for
it.
it.
Let's do
Yes.
it. So
Let's
everybody,
do it.
sit up straight and watch and participate, please.
So, you know, if you want to take a nice deep breath, and on the out breath, gently close your eyes for a minute. And with your eyes closed, allow your shoulders to relax. And allow your jaw to relax. And even release any tension in your forehead. And now the intention is to balance the energy field and any other benefits that are ready to be there for you. Now you probably have to open your eyes to see the steps. So the first step is to take your hands, and one of them goes in the front on your forehead at your brow chakra or third eye. And the other one goes behind your head at the occiput area where the brainstem and the spinal column come together.
Yeah, there's like 2 bumps down there.
Yep. Okay. So you're making this hold, and you're paying attention to what you're feeling in your hands, paying attention to any shifts or changes or any kind of sensations that you may feel inside your head. And here's how long you hold it. Either you feel some of those things and it feels complete, or it feels like you can't hold your hands there any longer. So that's when you know you're done. And the intention here is to bring the past and the future into the now so that you can have your awareness fully present here now. And so we'll just hold that for a few seconds. Great. Now step 2 is like a self-hug. You put your right hand on your left shoulder and your left hand on your right shoulder.
This one I love.
Yeah.
This feels so good. It's like, love yourself, friends. Love yourself. Because like I said, wherever you go, there you are.
And so what we're doing is balancing the left and right sides. And we're honoring the masculine and feminine parts that we all have. Whether we're male or female, we all have those aspects available to us. And we certainly would like to have them working together. So again, you just pay attention, and if you feel a shift and think you're done, then you're done. Or if your arms get tired, then you're done. So there's no set amount of time that you do these holds. And you can benefit even if you just do them for a few seconds. But if you hold until there's a shift, big benefits. Now the third step in this exercise is to move your hands to your knees. We have balanced front and back and left and right, and now we're balancing up and down. So we're bringing this beautiful energy all the way through the body. And I know every time I do this, I can start to feel heaviness and tingling in my knees and legs. So I know that my energy, this energy that's balanced, is being grounded.
And we all need to be grounded.
And now the next step is to bring your hands together in prayer position and leave one hand pointing upward and point the other hand down towards the center of the earth. And so this is at the high heart or thymus gland. Oh, am I messing up?
No, you
Messing up the microphone. The high heart or thymus gland, and near the navel, the dantian. And so this is activating that hairline that's in the center of the body, connecting you to the center of the earth and the center of the heavens. So we'd like for that to be connected and straight and activated.
I feel tingling in my hands.
It's wonderful when we can have sensations, but also important to keep in mind that if we don't feel anything, it's still happening.
Right.
Sometimes it's just a vibration beyond what we can sense. And now the last step in this self-balancing exercise is to put your hands together right in the center of your body. This is the core star area. And knowing that we have chakras in the center of our palms, we're bringing this balanced energy into the energy field around us. So we all have a field around us that supplies us with life force, and we're filling it with this beautiful light that we just created. And you can do this anytime you want. You know, it's simple and easy to do. It's easy to remember the steps, I think. And you could just, if you're at work, maybe you could go into the ladies' lounge or something and do it. Or I often do it when I'm sitting in front of the TV with my husband. You know, I'll be over on my side of the room in my chair doing this. It's just easy to do. And it can make a real difference. Do you feel any different after?
Oh, yes. I definitely do.
So there's a calmness. You were talking earlier about enjoying calmness. You get a calmness from doing this exercise, I think.
Yeah,
I highly recommend it.
I showed Jacob this because
Did
one
you?
day, one day
Great
he
for
was.
kids.
Yeah.
It's great for kids. They're like sponges. They'll take any information that you give them. And one day he was having a little bit of a temper tantrum, and I said, "Okay, number one, we're going to start meditating." He goes, "Really?" "Yeah, we're going to start meditating." And I got the yoga mat out, and we were sitting, and he says, "Can we do yoga?" "Yeah, we can do yoga, but I want to show you this first." And we did it, and I told him what to do, and we sat there on the yoga mat, and we did. He says, "I feel better, Grandma." I said, "Yeah, I know. I feel better, too, because you're not crying anymore." Yeah.
When I first started doing energy work, I did work with some children, and one little boy said to me after his session was over, I said, "How do you feel now?" And he said, "I feel like a flower." Oh, I loved hearing that. How old is your grandson?
3. Yeah.
Never too early.
No, it's never too early to teach something to somebody very young because they
Because you
are
give them
like
tools
sponges.
that are life tools, life lessons.
Right.
And when you give it to them young and they find themselves in a situation, they can have that recall of, I know what I can do.
And he has kids that age just have their memory is sharp, very sharp.
They come here so different now.
They do, and he's just as sharp as a tack. And you know, I just feel blessed that I could spend time with him. You know, it's great. You have. I want to talk about chakras. Chakras. Everybody needs to know about their chakras. I go, chakra? What is that? So can you explain to them what chakras are?
I think so. They're energy centers, and they sort of interface between the energy field that we were speaking about and the meridians that run inside the body.
In here?
And these, So the meridians, there's 6 masculine, 6 feminine, and then a central and a governing. Anyway, they're inside the body, feeding the organs and running the organ systems. And the energy field is around us, drawing in and providing our life force, and the chakras then deliver it to the body. So the word chakra means wheels of light. And so they actually do sort of spin in a way.
Yeah, they spin.
They're like spirals that spin. And I have you told me to show and tell.
I
so
love
yes.
show and tell.
Help
and
me.
I think my
Help me hold
viewers
this.
really love show and tell. Look at this.
So
Did
this
you paint
is.
this? Did you do this?
I did not. Actually, this piece of artwork is called Janet's Legacy. And this is in honor of the founder of Healing Touch, Janet Menken. And so we're representing the chakras. They're if you can see, they're the colors of the rainbow. And so that's the full spectrum for the human eye. And so here's the person in the middle, but see yourself as a person like a tree. So then see yourself grounded by the roots, receiving from the earth, you know, the ions, the electrons, and all of the minerals and everything that's available to us from the earth, feeding the physical body. And then see your strong, sturdy, straight trunk. And then see your canopy reaching up to the sunshine, drawing in all of that light to feed in the spiritual part, so that we receive higher thinking, and we also receive practicality and common sense.
Michael, can you zero in on this? You did? Cool. Okay.
Carla Green is the one that painted this. Yeah.
I love this. Chakras are to keep your chakras open, because if they are closed, you get sick. You know, they create not so nice things in your body. You can get illnesses. It's very important. Each chakra means something. Each chakra can help you with something. I'm probably giving a workshop soon on chakras.
Oh, cool.
Because I think it's really important for people to understand their energy cycles, because if you have positive energy, you're going to have a great day. Negative energy, you're not going to have a great day. And I try every day to keep my energy positive. So, and I love this.
Thank you,
Rosemary. That's great. It's real important to make sure that your energy is positive. Rosemary, this past weekend, we had our retreat, Creating the Amazing You. We had several people that attended, and Rosemary came and gave a program, and she talked about energy, and she had me up there. She had all of us up there, but she had me thinking of sirens. And when I thought of sirens, my energy was like right here, you know. And then when really,
Yeah, I
she
know.
knew-
You immediately, it feels attention.
You draw in.
Right.
Yeah, you
She
feel
says, think
attention.
of sirens, and it's like, oh my God.
Ooh, emergency.
Yeah.
And so, you know, and she walked up, and she had these dowsing rods, and and my energy was like, I mean, she was touching me.
Very close.
So,
So in that situation, if she stayed there for very long, she would have gotten ill.
yeah, I would have felt achy and gotten ill, because I'm intuitive also. When I feel that somebody's having negative energy, I get achy. I get really achy, flu-like symptoms. I have to remove myself. So anyhow, she did the next one where she said, now Marilyn, think of sirens, hear the sirens, but think of the people that are getting help, and you know, they're getting assistance and everything. And then my energy went way out here. Yeah, didn't it?
It did. Your energy expands just by changing your perspective on the same subject.
Right.
And so when Marilyn is saying don't have negative or bad energy, get good energy, she's talking about finding a new point of view.
Right.
You don't pretend that issue
That
didn't
it doesn't
occur.
exist, you just
but you
look
try
at it
and
from a
find a
positive
different. It's
sense.
teaching you something.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So we're looking for balance. Our
Balance.
energy around our body and in our body is always seeking balance.
And, you know, if you're having a difficult time and your energy is a little low, somebody upset you or whatever, if you just go into a quiet place for a couple minutes and just sit there and breathe.
And do that
And
self-balancing.
do the self-balancing. The breathing and the self-balancing, people say, well, I breathe all the time. We have to breathe. It's like,
No,
yes,
you
but
don't.
breathing, there's an
Intentional
art.
breathing.
There's an art to intentional breathing. And you got to be careful because you don't want to hyperventilate. But, you know, there is an art to breathing to help you get the oxygen in and release the carbon dioxide that you need to get you relaxed, to get that great energy around you, that energy field, which is so important to everybody every day.
So many people have a shallow breathing, and they're just breathing from here. Whoops, sorry. but they're not breathing
From your
enough,
diaphragm.
from here.
Yeah.
To really get the fresh air, to really
So do you know that
rejuvenate.
I have a links page on my website, and there's several breathing exercises on there.
That's good to know.
One of them guided by Deepak Chopra.
Okay,
Yes.
so go to her links page on her website. Her website is awesome. You got to take time to look at her website. It's really, if you want to feel good, if you want to have positive energy, if you want to be successful, and don't put out negative vibes, because Wayne Dyer said a long time ago, what you think about
It's
expands.
what you bring about.
And if you think about it, if you say it, it can happen. It's going to expand, and eventually it'll happen.
Thoughts
So-
are things, so think good ones.
Pardon me?
Thoughts are things,
Right.
so think good ones.
Think good ones. Think good thoughts. Think positive. If something gets in your head that's negative, sometimes I'll be going down the road and something from my past that was not good would come up, and I say, where'd that come from? I put it in a jet and send it off. It's like,
It's
I'm
a
done
test.
with this.
You know,
Totally
you learn
done
to
with
recognize
this.
your life tests, because
Right.
things that you have not overcome or that you think you've overcome, they'll come back to test you to see if you've really moved on.
Right.
So I know my test, and it's like, I'm gone from there.
I'm done.
I'm done.
I'm done with
Yeah.
that part. You know, you don't want a ball and chain, that emotional ball and chain on your leg. That can be very detrimental to you. And it can close up your chakras, it can close up your mind, can close up your energy. You know, I'm really big on watching people's body language. And it's amazing to see how when people sit like this,
Yeah.
how closed
They're
they
closed
are.
up.
How utterly closed they are.
So using the dowsing rods, when someone is like that, their energy is close
That's
in.
right, their energy's
usually.
like right here.
Now, there's probably appropriate times for that, but not always.
No.
Just don't do it all
No.
the time.
So what else do you have there? Show
well-
us what you got there.
Okay, well, since we're talking about raising the vibration, since we're talking about being happier, I'll just show my pretty picture here that I got from the internet. And it talks about how you're trying to, here's where you start. Sometimes when you're sad, depressed, lonely, shame, guilt, apathy, grief, fear, it's the lower frequencies, the slower vibrating frequencies, and the ones that don't really feel that good when we're carrying them around in our hearts, in our minds, and in our energy field. And so our goal is always to climb up this ladder and reach, you know, the top where we're feeling peace and love and joy and bliss. And so I just wanted to point out by bringing this that you don't go from here to here like that.
As much as we'd like to, it doesn't happen.
That's right.
Tiny baby steps.
Right. So when you go up just a little bit, you start to feel encouraged. And you're doing this by using your tools, whatever your tools are. If it's energy therapy, or if it's breathing exercises, or
Yoga,
if it's essential
meditation.
oils. Yeah, all those things that are your tools. You're using those things to increase your vibration. And as you do, you start to get some great benefits from that. You start to... like you feel neutral at some point. You feel kind of neutral. It's okay that that happened. It's not me anymore. I'm not going to be living that now.
Right.
Sort of that kind of experience. And then you go up to reason, love, joy, peace, and enlightenment. And so this is sort of what we're working with, and the goal for using energy therapy or any of our other tools that we're using for self-awareness.
Because you want to be positive. Now, we all have moments in the day when it's not that great at the time, but when you learn how to move through that moment, we all have bumps in the road, don't we? We all do. We all get bumps in the road.
But you can't get up unless you have something that's going to sometimes elevate you back up.
Right.
So, you know, look at the bumps as a spring point
Right.
to move from instead of to stay there.
And they're also a learning experience, because life is one big learning experience.
I get excited when I have those kind of challenges, because I know that beyond that there's something even more powerful that's about to happen. So I get really giddy and excited when something's challenging, or there's a circumstance I'm like, okay, if I press through this, there's going to be something marvelous on the other side of it.
Yeah,
You know?
when they say, you know, going through the difficult road, you can get to that wonderful destination.
Yeah. You know, and sometimes things aren't what they seem. Like, depending on the mood that we're in the moment, it might seem like something horrible or terrible or something that we totally dislike. And later, when we see it from a new point of view, it's not so bad after all. We were glad we got through it. Yeah.
Right. So what else do you have there?
Well, I know you like biogenesis,
I
so
love
I brought some of those tools
biogenesis.
to share.
Like I said, I don't know what she does to me when I'm laying down, but she has some music going. One time she had Om, you know.
Oh, yeah, I
just-
like that one.
She,
Yeah.
she just had Om. Now she does tuning forks, and she did that one day, and that was okay. I think the reason why I didn't like that is because there was construction outside, and I was trying not to listen to construction and listening to the tuning
We'll have to
fork.
try it again.
That's right.
Yeah, we'll
So-
try it again another time.
But she has these biogenesis crystals that they're magic. That's all I can say.
People may be
They're
wondering
magic.
what biogenesis is.
Yeah, what
Yeah,
is
they do
biogenesis?
have a very high frequency. Biogenesis is crystal and glass tools that have particular shapes or colors, and they've been infused with a certain frequency that's said to be the same frequency as back in the Atlantean days. And they retrain the energy around the body back to the original perfection. So like you know, we were all designed, we all have everything already, but so many things block that. And these tools inspire that to come out even stronger so that it can push those blocks away or dissolve or evaporate those blocks. So, you know, I really love the intention, that's sort of the generic intention for biogenesis. Of course, when you're working with a client, they have intentions, you know, and of course we honor those. But if somebody comes in just for a tune-up and I share this intention, they always fall in love with it like me. The intention for biogenesis is for greater happiness, greater understanding, freedom from the past, help from above, and preparation for the soul to make a great leap forward. Isn't that beautiful?
Nothing
Yeah.
but success.
Yes, yes. So this is one of the master tools in biogenesis. This is called a bio-oscillator. I put it against this so it can be seen easier.
Because it's clear.
Yeah, it is clear. It's got magnets in it and lots of kind of awesome geometry. And the way that you use it is just like an oscillator. It goes back and forth and around like that. And so this is a tool that I use in the energy field to clear away blocks and clear away toxins and just anything. It's a very clearing master tool.
Yeah, she's used that on me a lot. And one time when I had to have an MRI on my shoulder, she used it and she said she could just see the energy just leave my body. And it was like, that's
Yeah.
good because I don't want that stuff in my body anyhow.
You know, because our energy fields are electric and magnetic. And MRIs are magnetic, and it just puts too much of that in there.
Yeah.
And it really makes your energy field off. And it can go on for a long period of time. But you were so smart to come in and get it cleared away.
Oh,
Good for you.
Yes, that's something that I really try to do. Like a couple weeks ago when I had that car accident and somebody hit me and I had X-rays, I went to Rosemary that week and I said, "Man, I've been around an X-ray machine again. We got to get rid of this stuff." And she said she saw some, I don't know what they were, like pockets of energy that were leaving me, you said, or something.
Yeah, and then there was a lot of tension and compression around in your neck area.
Right,
Yeah.
because
You know, and
I
I
had
guess
whiplash.
I guess the people that watch your show are already on a path to self-discovery, and so maybe they know that a new chakra is not really new, but it's been dormant, and so there's a chakra in that occiput area called the zeal point that is coming more to life now to assist us with the frequencies that we're experiencing that are coming in from the cosmos, and also to assist us with keep maintaining our center when we're looking at this chaotic world around us. And so that's called the zeal point chakra. And, you know, yours was being compromised because of that accident.
Yeah.
And now you're good. So here's another one of the tools that I use. This is the flame of Genesis.
That one's awesome.
And this gets to specific points. Yeah, if you've got a particular pain or something, it just gets right there.
Yeah,
So-
she used that on my arm when I was in a lot of pain. And when I left, I didn't have any pain. Like, okay, I'm ready to go. I am so ready to go.
And it doesn't, like every time you come, it doesn't take care of all your stuff
No,
at
it
once.
doesn't, but I'll
It's
tell
a
you,
process. It's a process.
I feel on top of the world when I leave. There is no
Yeah,
doubt
and that
about it.
lasts for several days,
It
right?
does. It
and not
lasts.
only when you get off the table, it's not done yet, right? It goes on.
It goes
It
on.
continues to enhance over time.
So now when I go to see Rosemary, when I see her next week, the rest of my day is for me. A lot of times I'll
Yes.
come home and I'll just say to Zen, I'm going to bed. going to do for me.
And you have to do that because you're telling everybody else about self-care.
That's right. That's
so you have to practice what you're saying.
That's right. Well, you know, I walk the
We
walk
teach
and talk
people.
the talk. So
We teach people how to treat us.
self-care is really important.
Yeah, and we teach people how to treat us.
This is one of my favorites.
I love that.
Yeah,
The
this.
star.
Yeah, these are called the superstars,
And they are super.
in the biogenesis set, there's several sizes of them, and these are the super ones. And this, as you can see, this is a Merkaba. And so this one is the star cell, and this one is made out of crystal, and that one's made out of glass. And so this one is called the water cell. And one of the ways to use these, and Marilyn uses them a lot when I'm doing a session for
That's
her,
because she gives them to me.
you hold them in your hands, and they balance polarities. And that's how we get started with our session, getting the field balanced so
That's
that
right.
it can open and layers can unfold and come to light so that we can clear things away.
And if you go to sleep, it's fine. I mean, I've caught myself sometimes, and I've caught myself snoring when I'm over there because I'm really deep, and I can really get deep, and I can't feel them in my hand. I know they're there, but I can't feel them after.
You know, and the reason that it's okay to go to sleep is because there's nothing for you to do, right?
except lay there on her marshmallow bed, and it's so comfortable.
Because here's the thing, we're looking for a relaxation response. Because when our conscious mind can let go, oh my gosh, our body's brilliance can come to life and start bringing things into balance and healing things and making us feel good. And it's just hard for us to let go because we're trying to control everything. You know, we think we know it all, and we think we should do this and have to do that, the should've, would've, could've's. And when we can relax and allow, the body can take over, and it's really quite intelligent.
Yeah, you can heal yourself.
That innate wisdom.
Your body can heal itself. You just have to give it time
And give it what it needs.
and give
Yes.
it what it needs, and find somebody like Rosemary, or call Rosemary and get in touch with her and go get one of her sessions, because it's
You gotta
awesome.
have to give her phone number now and again later.
Yeah. How did they get in touch with you, Rosemary?
Well, my phone number, and you can call or text, is 804-437-0037. And that's on my website, and it's also on my Facebook page, which is Good For You Energy Therapy.
Yeah. And speaking of, I'm going to take a break right now. Lisa Hazelgrove is one of our sponsors, and Lisa she's been my right-hand person when Josie hasn't been here. She's been my guest co-host, and she has a company called Lisa Healthy. And she is also a adjunct professor at U of R, and she's teaching her class right now on sleep. Which is really important.
I
And
agree.
She's trying to enlighten people. Her goal is to
I
enlighten
need to
people
send my husband
that
to that class.
you need to get sleep.
Yes.
8 hours at least, 7 to 8 hours. I can't go on 6. I can do 6, but one day and I'm done. I have to take a nap. And so she asked me to talk about sleep, and she will talk to people about sleep because a lot of times when people don't get enough sleep, they get grumpy, they can get depressed, they can experience a lot of stress, negative energy, all that negative stuff. And we live in such a negative world anyhow. And she's got a blog on her website, which is lisahealthy.com, and the blog that she just wrote is called Now I Lay Me Down to Sleep.
Aww.
Yes. And so take a look at that. And she would love to talk to more people about sleep, because she has found that a lot of people who are not sleeping properly, things are not going right for them. You know,
gotta have that
I think
balance,
sleep
that
is a
circadian
reset.
rhythm.
Yes,
Yeah.
and you know, when my mom says, "Well, I haven't done anything today. All I did was sleep," it's like, that's great, because you're regenerating your body.
Yeah.
You know,
Because the body needs that time for all of everything to work together,
exactly.
the organs.
And
you
she
know.
also does the emotion code. And when I was talking to her today, I said, you know, sleep and the emotion code, it helps balance you. You know, you get enough sleep, and she can do the emotion code for you, and it helps set your body back into balance. You know, there's other ways to get your body back into balance, and one of them is making sure that you've gotten enough sleep, and that your body is balanced, but making sure that your emotions are in check as well, because we live in such a negative world. And
It can be that way.
It can be very.
I saw something on
don't see it that way.
Facebook that I really enjoyed, and I think I reposted it. It was talking about if we were a ship. A ship doesn't sink because the ocean's around it. The ship only sinks when the water gets in it. So that's a lesson about letting the outer world not get into you.
Don't let it get into your space.
You have to have a positive perception of things.
Right.
You know,
if
'cause
you're
the
being
world-
called to adjust something or change something that you see in the world, then that's, of course, that's your task to do. But if you're not being called to do that, then maintain your centeredness because we're all connected, and when one is centered, it helps others be centered.
Right. And if you send out love to other people, they will
comes back.
receive it. Love
And it
comes
comes
back
back.
to you.
Yeah.
So,
What you give is what you get.
That's right. What you reap is what you sow, or what you sow is what you reap.
What goes around comes around.
That's right. There you go. There you
We
go.
all have our own way to
What
say it.
you
Yeah.
sow is what, yeah. You reap what you sow.
Yeah.
You reap what you sow.
Yeah.
So just remember that. And just stay positive. It's so important to stay positive. I can't, my professor, when I was going through at the Loomis Institute, becoming a digestive enzyme specialist, one of the things that they said is do not look at the news when you're having dinner. Don't watch it.
Bad for digestion.
Because it's bad for your digestion, and your brain and your colon are brother and sister. So if you've got
brain-gut
things,
connection.
if you've got things going on and you're looking at things that are negative, you're not going to enjoy your dinner.
I only watch the news once a day.
I don't even watch it.
You know.
I ask then, well, sometimes I watch it
I'll
at night
read
with
it.
him because he's got it on, but I'll say, what's new in the news? And he'll say this, that, or the other thing. Normally it's, what's going on with up in the...
Give me a recap.
Yeah,
And
what's
let me
going
read
on.
read it and not hear all of the insinuation
Right.
that's put in there. So just let me read what I want to read.
Well,
and
basically,
I leave it alone.
Basically, he says, just there's stuff going on in the inner circle of Washington. It's like, that's all I need to know. That's all I need to know. So then when that happens, I think about Rosemary and her crystals and what she's got, and okay, I'm going to go see Rosemary real soon, and that lifts me up knowing I'll be able to enjoy them. And you've got some others there, don't you, Rosemary?
I do. Well, I brought these because you said to bring things that I could show, but I would like to say that the cornerstone of my practice is healing touch. And the healing touch energy therapy was developed by a medical professional. And so that's the mainstay, I would guess, of my work. And then, like Marilyn said, I do vibrational therapy with tuning forks. And it's not the tuning forks where the sound goes all around in your energy field and adjusts it. It's called the inner sound, and so the vibration is held by your ears, and that vibrates the cranial bones and also travels through the body to the organs and through the organs, bringing a resonance of natural frequency to the inside the body just by listening to the vibration. But Marilyn does like these.
I do.
So I knew I'd bring these for her.
These
This
are
is called the
wonderful.
Wheel of Hope.
I don't know where she puts it on me, but it's wonderful.
I put this on your heart center.
Oh, right
the,
there.
the heart chakra is in the middle of the chest.
It's green.
Yes.
I don't know why
On the
it's
first
green.
on the first level, it's green because of freshness
light.
and
Freshness,
newness.
the light.
And
Because that's like
Yes.
the bridge. You said that's like the bridge between
It
the
is.
three lower and the three upper.
the
so
three
that's
lower
the bridge.
chakras carry you through the physical world.
And,
And
the
then
three
there's the
upper ones.
bridge where we love the physical, and then we want to love
The
more than
spiritual.
that. Yeah.
We want to get up into the spiritual realm, and there's meditation can get you up into the spiritual realm. I listen to, I meditate every morning.
Good.
And I have this app on my phone called binaural theta wave.
Oh, yes, yes.
And you can have the music. Normally I have the waterfall going, and I can listen to one of the tones, and some of them are deep meditation, clearing your chakras, enlightening your energy. There's different ones, and it's amazing, and I really feel good after that. So keeps me rocking and rolling.
Yes, music.
Uh-huh.
Definitely. Lots of things. Well, all of our tools. What I like to say to my clients is list the things that you know will help you, whatever they are. Make a list of those and put it somewhere visible. And then when you're feeling a little down, go to that list and just scan it and see what you feel like doing. And then, because a lot of people will say, well, when I'm feeling that way, I can't think of anything. Well, there's your
Yeah.
list.
Mhm.
There you go.
You can read it.
Yeah.
You don't have to think. Just get the list and
That's
read. Right?
So this wheel of hope, the energy of this is the heart chakra energy. And it represents power, wisdom, and love. So people that are familiar with Elizabeth Clare Proffitt's work, she created these colors in the fleur-de-lis to represent those same things. So it represents the Sacred Heart. And it actually opens the heart center. And then we start to work with the other tools. Some of the tools we lay on your body, some of them you hold, some are around your body, and some I use in your energy field working on that while you're having a session.
Yeah, so I don't
And-
move much.
And I want to say it's not a requirement to have the eye pillow, but you enjoy it.
I do enjoy it. I really do, because it gets me really into that deep.
Yeah,
That
because it helps you to
deep
go
meditation.
inside, doesn't it? And start
Yeah,
to feel.
it helps me to really go inside my mind, inside my body.
Yeah, we have an eye pillow for my
inside.
yoga class when we were
You
when we were
know.
completing it at the very end, and it I always hear someone next to me sleeping. one of my
Oh, I've
classmates.
fallen asleep on that
Yeah.
table a lot, you know.
And some of that is your deep relaxation.
Right.
And some of that might be that there's lavender in that eye pillow.
Yeah, that could be too. Lavender is an herb, friends, that is very calming. It's a
magic.
calming herb. It is magical.
It's the magic one.
So if you're having problems sleeping, get yourself some lavender oil or some lavender and spritz it the oil or on a cotton ball or something and put it in your pillowcase,
Yeah.
and you'll go to sleep.
Yep.
Nice. I used it one time when I was on a plane. We were traveling across the country. We were going up to Washington State. I was going to meet my grandson. He had just been born. And we got on the plane, and a whole rowdy bunch of young guys, some kind of club. Oh, my gosh. And we were sitting in the middle of them.
Oh, my.
So I did it for me. I put it on my arms and, on my pulse points. And the next thing I know, I'm looking around, and all these guys are sleeping.
Yeah. When I worked in corporate, I had my lavender oil. I always put it right here. So I'd go into meetings, and they said, "Why are you always so calm in the midst of everything?" And I'm like, "I'm not here."
Yeah.
I just kept it
My
right there.
body's here, but my
My
mind,
mind
my
is somewhere
spirit is
else.
out here.
Yep.
Yeah.
You can be
Lavender.
in your body, but you can be out there.
You can expand that field, yeah. It feels
Yeah.
good. It feels
It
good when
does.
you
Yeah.
expand that field.
It
When you
does.
think the happy thoughts. The dowsing rods show that the field expands.
That's right. Those
Yeah.
dowsing, that was amazing. That was amazing.
It's just
Yeah.
really good, I think, to know what your happy thoughts are.
Right.
And to recall them when you need to. So the last thing that I brought, this is called a trinity, a bio-trinity. This is a green one. There's 8 different colors, and they all represent different things. And, of course, they're all used for different things, too. But if you can see it, it represents as above, so below, because it's got a triangle pointing upward, and then inside of it, a smaller triangle that points down. So that's like the Star of David, as above, so below. So this is not, about religion or anything like that, but it is about the microcosm and the microcosm, representing each other. So this is called a biotrinity.
What do you have that's turquoise, my favorite color?
Oh, this? Aqua?
Yes. Aqua.
This is the powerful, the progress wheel, the aqua progress wheel. And there's 27 with all the different aspects of life. And so there's 9 colors and then 3 aspects of each color, which this could get complicated if I explain too far. But essentially they represent progress, regeneration, or transformation. And so, there are times when things are going great and clients come in there and say, I love my life and I just want it to keep going like that. So we do a progress session to keep that going so that their pathway opens for them as easy as it has been. And then there are times when they say, I was going along so good and then blah. And so that's when we do a regeneration. And then there are times when they say, I just can't. And that's a transformation session.
Can't. I don't think I've had that one. I
So
don't
we
think
are
I've come
prepared
up
for whatever it is, though, right?
with- No, she definitely is, because she'll say to me, what's important? What do you want to do today?
Yeah, we always set
Yeah.
an intention.
Yep.
I think that makes a world of difference to set an intention. First of all, it gives you an opportunity then to discern if you got what you were looking for. But another thing is that when you focus on that, everything in the universe starts to show it to you. You know, like for instance, I was working with someone who had shin splints, and he was coming in for the pain, and which the sessions did make the pain better. But as he was coming in and it was gradually getting better, he started to realize some things that he could do that he'd never thought of before. You know, like he could, he was an instructor at VCU, and instead of pacing the floor, he realized that when he was teaching, he could sit on a stool in front of his students. And even though he still wanted to jog every day, he realized that his shoes were old, and he could get new ones, you know, that were more cushiony and more supportive. And so ideas like that come to you when you set an intention, because the whole universe is on your side. It just doesn't always seem like it.
That's right. That's right. And it's having positive energy and thinking positive and being positive and getting rid of the negativity is just so
It's
important.
transformative.
And transforming your life from, you know, the pathetic little flower that's wilting to this beautiful flower that has opened up and is absolutely gorgeous. And that's one of the things that Rosemary has taught me, you know, because when I go there, I am motivated. I am motivated to take care of myself. I'm motivated to do my own self-care. I have gone to her before and then gone and met somebody for lunch. I don't do that anymore. It's like, it's sort of...
That's your time.
That's my time, and it's sort of, I went and did that, and then now I've got to be wide awake, and I don't like to do that. I'd rather go home
And let it
take care of
continue
myself
to
and let
integrate.
it, right, and that's important. So when you do for yourself, and you do the self-care, and you think positively, because we live in such an ugly world, unfortunately.
The world is a beautiful place. It's all your perspective.
Well, yeah, but things happen.
Things
you know,
happen.
things go around.
Yeah.
My biggest thing, like when my mother will say she has an issue, I will say, it's not your problem. You know, and I have that attitude, it's not my problem, because that really has helped me keep my energy going, keeping me happy. When
You got to decide what you're willing to receive into yourself, even the people that you're around. You know, for me, when I went through my cancer treatments, I understood that I had to keep negativity away from me, that was very toxic to my body. And so I'm real in tune to when there are negative energies around me, negative people, and I'm going the other way. You know, my goal, of course, is to bring some energy into the space, but it doesn't always happen, and my intent is not to stand there and try to force it on somebody. I know when it's time to leave. I know when there are people I need to move away from. And so I've learned that there are certain people I just can't be around, and I'm okay with that. It's not my job to change them.
Nope, you can't change them.
I
The
can
only
only change
person that can
me.
change you is you.
It's me.
You can't change
So
anybody
if you
else.
can't change people, change people.
Yep. The only thing you can
I
do
like that.
really is give them love. Just have positive energy around them. But I'm like you. Sometimes when I'm in the car and somebody comes up next to me in their car and they're having a bad day, I can feel that energy. And I'm saying, that light better turn real fast, because I'm starting to feel not
I never
so
even
good.
I never pull up next to cars that I'm in any visual. I purposely stay back, and then once the cars are pulled up, then I can adjust myself. But I won't pull up side by side to anybody at all. I don't want to look over and see anybody. I'm trying to be back behind them a little bit.
No matter how hard you try that, Josie, that doesn't always work, because people will pull up next to you, you know.
If I'm at the light, I try to not be at the front. You know, because
If
people want to
you're
be
at
the first.
front,
People want to be in the
everybody
front.
wants to be first.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to be first. And I had this rental car this week because I was getting my car fixed. And I'm coming down Broad Street. I met somebody up at Panera up in Short Pump, and I was coming down Broad Street. And I did not realize that the speedometer, it was a digital one. And they had the analog one over here, but there was a digital one in the center. And it said I was going 72. And I'm thinking, people are passing me, and I'm going 72. Well, I had pressed some button where it changed from miles per hour to
I was
kilometers.
going to say you were going.
How can people be going 72? I'm going 72, and people are passing me, and I don't feel like I'm going that fast, Josie. I really don't. And then I realized
I'm glad you didn't try to slow down to like 35.
I did try to slow down, but I couldn't get.
Well, you're in park.
I couldn't get much slower, and I got it down to 66, and then I looked at. People are still passing me, and I realized when I looked, it said KM, and I thought, oh my gosh, now I have to figure out how to get back to miles per hour. So I pulled off along the side of the road and pulled into a parking lot because I couldn't figure out how to do it, and I was really hesitant to drive home and
not know
what speed I was doing, you know, and. So if you got a new one of these funky cars that has the push button and, you know, it goes from kilometers to miles per hour, just be mindful of what your car is doing, you know, because I was flipping out and people are passing me and I look down, it's 72. I'm not even on the highway. You know, I'm not on 64. I'm on Broad Street. How can I be going that fast? You know, and I thought, well, maybe because this is a bigger car, you know, and I'm not used to it. And I don't know, but it was comical, and I'm glad everybody got a laugh because I sure did. I thought it was hilarious. But it did scare me at first. It's like, how can I be going 72 and people are passing?
Because you didn't. There was a point that you felt that you were out of control. You didn't have control of the situation.
I didn't understand what. Well, I had control. I just didn't understand the situation, and I realized I pressed the wrong button, and I put my glasses back on. It didn't say miles per hour. It didn't say MPH. It's like, oh, time to pull off the side of the road. You know, so I know I didn't want some cop picking me up and. You know, going too slow or whatever, because, you know, they can do that now. So, yeah, so that was interesting a couple days ago. You know, they had this push button thing, and then the transmission was a dial. I was like, oh, all this newfangled stuff. And I like the push button thing. I really did.
Yeah.
Do you have that in your car?
Mine is.
Yeah, yeah. I do like that, but you always got to make sure you got the fob in your purse or the fob in your pocket. So I wore pants with pockets every day this week, so I would remember to keep that thing, because if you don't have it, you can't open the door.
Right.
And you can't start the car, and you can't do anything.
But you also can't lock it in the car.
Oh, you don't want to do
That's a
that.
good
That's a
thing.
no.
You can't. It won't let you.
can't.
Yeah, it won't let
And
you.
that's
So
good,
that's
yeah.
really good.
Yeah.
That saves a
Because
few
even when my husband and
AAA.
I both have it on us, and sometimes I want to leave my keys in the car, but he can't lock the car.
Yeah.
So to take my keys out.
It's neat. Well, we're living on this timeline, so we got to get with it. We got to be part of
know.
it.
Advance.
I know. It was interesting this week, but I'm glad I got my car back. It's smaller. Like, I had Jacob yesterday, and he says, we pulled into the driveway, and he says, Grandma, go in the garage. I said, nah, this car's too big to go in the garage. So I didn't put it in the garage. He says, why not? And I said, this car's too big for Grandma to put in the garage. We're not putting it in the garage.
That was pretty sharp of him to know where the car goes.
Yes. He's very, very, very intelligent. So, smart little boy. So, yeah.
These kids, I believe they've been here before.
Oh, he
They
has.
come, they're so wise, and they're everything. They just pick it up so quickly.
Yep. I mean, we did a puzzle yesterday. It's 100 pieces. 100-piece puzzle, and it's from age 9 and up. And he was telling his dad, yeah, Grandma and I did a puzzle, and he said, and it had 100 pieces. This is a kid that's 3 years old and talking like a 10-year-old. 100 pieces, Dad. 100 pieces. You know.
I'm thinking about when I was 3.
I was not doing puzzles.
I was still putting
playing with blocks.
Yeah, those square blocks.
Tinker toys. Remember the Tinker toys? And you know, all those little things that we played with, and Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head, and yeah, those are, and they still have them.
They still have them.
They still have them.
Yeah.
You know, and going out and playing tag. I mean, that was a lot of those things. Those games were fun to play, and people, you gotta encourage your children, your grandchildren,
outside.
go outside and
Get away
play.
from all of the little hand games. You know, I keep
Right.
telling my grandchildren, I said, if you don't lift your head up, you're going to lose your neck. Because
Right.
everything is the DS's. Everything is like down there. I'm like, if you don't lift your head up, pretty soon the next generation won't have a neck, and you're.
That's right. You're going to look
your
funky.
head is just going to come
You'll
from your chest.
constantly be looking down.
You know, and from an energy perspective, that's
It's
all
bad.
electromagnetic
Yeah.
frequencies going into the energy field. Not good.
No, it's not good. It's not good. Did you bring your dowsing rods in here or not?
I didn't.
You didn't. That's
didn't.
fine. That's fine. Someday we'll do something on dowsing.
Okay. I'd like to
'Cause
do that.
That would be great. That would be great. Someday we're going to be talking about dowsing rods and how you can put them in your hands and how they open up. I thought that was really cool.
The dowsing rods find lines of energy.
Yeah, they
yeah.
do.
And then there's a bobber that does like that to find energy.
Really?
Yeah, you're holding it like this and it's springy. And then, of course, there's pendulum. Everybody knows
Pendulum.
about pendulums.
Pendulum.
Yeah, I have pendulums and I use them a lot. I met a gal this morning for brunch, for breakfast, and I had coffee. But she uses a pendulum. I use a pendulum a lot too. And you had a pendulum with you today. I guess you didn't bring it in with you.
I guess I didn't bring it in, no,
Yeah.
because it seemed like we weren't going to be talking about dowsing.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. You just
means
have
you
to
have
come
to
But here's
back another
something
time.
else,
you
though.
come back
You know,
again.
Muscle testing. I'm sure a lot of people
Yeah.
know about
Yeah.
kinesiology, and there's
Yeah.
lots of ways to do that.
Yeah.
You know, like this, making a strong circuit. And then also, when the grocery store, I like to do this. This is my strength, and when I'm saying this is the best tomato in the bunch, if it's strong, then yeah, I'll buy that one. And if it bends, then I go, well, and look for another one.
Yeah, I normally put my ring finger and my thumb together, or my pinky and my thumb, because those are your weaker points. And if you can do that, and it's a yes or no answer, and you ask a question, it's yes or no, and if it breaks, that means no, you don't want to do that. And if
that's
it's strong, that means you do it, definitely.
And that represents that our body always knows.
Yes.
We know.
Listen to your body.
Listen to your body. Listen to your intuition. Open up that third eye up there. It's a beautiful shade of blue, purple.
Indigo, a lot
Indigo.
of times, but it's just a high vibration. It's a very high vibration that allows you to see a bigger picture and recognize how we're all connected and everything fits together and we're part of it all.
And the other thing is, when you are out and you get this intuitive thought in your head, listen to it. Because your intuition knows. If you're riding down the road and it says, no, go this way, and you go straight, something might happen. Not that something would, but listen to your intuition. I listen to my intuition a lot, even when I go to the grocery store, and I'm looking at the produce aisle. And
Now,
touching the
energetically,
produce.
we can strengthen our intuition speaking to us by connecting our brow chakra, the pineal
Right up
gland,
here.
the heart, and down the lower belly, the Tantien area. If we connect those three areas, because our intuition is our soul
How do you connect them?
speaking to them with intention by holding them.
And remember, your brain and your colon are brother and sister.
Yeah.
So,
So wisdom's
The
all the
brain
way
gut.
everywhere in the body.
yeah,
That innate wisdom.
yeah. And you can feel your intuition. When you're in an airport and somebody doesn't sit right next to you, you're better off. And the reason why they probably don't sit next to you is because maybe subconsciously they don't understand it, but your energy's way out here. And maybe they are being told through the powers that be, don't sit here, sit over there.
And usually you get the right people sitting next to you too. I always get people who I have really great conversation with, or we connect, or there's something spiritually that we share that just somehow our conversation just starts at a place that's a good one.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, people are brought together for a reason. I don't believe in coincidences.
Right. Synchronicity, that's what it is.
Synchronicity. I don't believe in coincidences. It happens because it's supposed to happen. So think positive. Love yourself. What else, Joes?
Just know that you are the best. You are
Yeah.
the best every day.
What is your
Speak
words of
positive
wisdom?
to yourself.
My words of wisdom? Oh
Yeah.
my. Be who you are.
There
And be
you
proud
go.
of that.
There you go. And thank you, everybody, for coming into my den and taking time with us. We appreciate the hour that you have spent with us, and change your life today. Thank you, Rosemary.
Thank
you
you.
so much. Thank you,
thank
Josie. And we will see you next week. on Healthy Living with Marilyn. And please subscribe to my YouTube channel.
Right.
And like us on Facebook. And we will see you soon.